It's your boy Rich Knott.
Yo, I'm Brock Landis.
And this is Chop It Up Hip Hop. And we back with another retro review episode.
Retro review.
What we doing this today, Brock? Let them know.
All right, we're taking it back over 20 years. Starting off with the first super group.
Well, some say Juice Crew.
Okay, yeah.
Like you said, the first official.
Yeah, that was really advertised pop, you know, a lot of hype.
A lot of hype.
Probably the greatest MC is in the forefront of this group. At the time, one of the highest female rappers in the game is in this group.
Yep.
So there was a lot of hype.
Super producers behind it.
Super producers. We're taking it back to 97.
The Firm.
the
Firm Fiasco.
What's the name of that album, man? Was it just The Firm?
The Firm.
All right, The
That's
Firm.
The album. Self-titled. The Firm, the album.
All right, so this takes me back to my high school days. This brought me back to a very nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
Listen to this again.
Yeah.
I
was super hyped around that time. Like you
think
said, the hype train
was
full speed on this.
I think everybody was.
Everybody was super hyped.
Yeah.
The songs that was coming out on the mixtape before the album, everybody was,
Mm.
like I said, I was super hyped because everybody knows me, Nas is my favorite rapper of all time.
All right.
Foxy, I definitely liked back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? AZ, he's one of my favorite, most underrated MCs of all time.
Yep.
Nature, I like Nature. I definitely like Nature. His first album was crazy. And I was always been still is a Cormega fan, and he was originally down with the group.
Should have been down. And you know what? I didn't know he was kicked out till the album dropped. From my memory, this is over 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I remember it came out, and I was like, "Who's this Nature guy?" I actually didn't know who really Nature was. Really,
I remember I heard of Nature,
right.
but I think I knew Mega was out like right before.
Yeah,
cause they started doing like photo shoots and everything. You ain't see Mega in it. That's when he was like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah. So it's just like. Yeah, no Cormega was definitely let down because he had a lot of buzz going on. From what I remember, he had a lot of buzz. So,
like we said, this was huge. People understand. People that don't remember, like we was there when it was all happening. The Firm was supposed to have been something humongous, phenomenal in hip hop. Like the way the layout was going. It should have been way bigger. We're going to get into that later, why it wasn't, but it should have been way bigger than what it was.
Yes.
It should have been something.
Well, right. I mean, now that this is a retro review, I mean, there's no spoilers. Everybody knows that this is
how
labeled a bust, a letdown.
It was definitely a letdown. And not just because of sales, because of quality, too, I would say. It was definitely because of sales, too, because once you got all these cooks in the kitchen, it didn't sell. It didn't do what they thought it was going to do. They was thinking, remember 97 was the time everybody going double platinum.
Yeah,
everybody going, they didn't go double platinum. I don't even think they went platinum. And if they did go platinum, it was a late platinum, a very late platinum.
Because I know like the singles were on the radio all the time. It was buzzing.
It was singles on the radio. They was on every video, every video plays, TR, everywhere. Firm, they was everywhere. But it didn't. I remember they had like a indoor signing when there used to be signings when albums come out, like Tower Records, J&R Music World, and they used to have like people lined up for blocks to get the autograph and see the artist. It was a letdown, sell wise, which I really don't care about. But once you got all these cooks in the kitchen, like if you look on the back, I still got the physical copy, y'all. Y'all know how I do. Sticking the archives, sticking the stash. It has Aftermath, Interscope, Trackmasters, Def Jam, Violator, Don Pool Entertainment, and something called All Out Entertainment.
All Out?
Yeah.
Ain't that Mason Jermaine Dupri's joint?
It says All Out.
How the hell
logo.
is All Out on it?
I don't know.
Producers,
Dr.Dre,
joint.
yeah, Trackmasters, executive producers, Nas, Steve Stout. It was a lot of
being divided.
It was a lot of chefs in the kitchen. So
just
think about how it got broken up, the bread, money wise, for it not to sell.
That's crazy.
So it's a bust. All the money they put into the videos, all the money they put into the production.
That's bugging me out because even though it's a bust, just the hype of who it is and the hype of it, you think it'll just sell out the gate, and then maybe the first few weeks it'll start like declining in sales, but you think it would like go platinum just off the first couple of weeks.
But I think word got around real quick. Yeah, a lot of people that did cop and probably listen to like if I get the CD, my man's there and he hears it, right. The word started spreading quick. Like this is not that good as we thought it would be. I think word started spreading.
I remember like hearing that Dr. Dre, who now everybody looks at as an icon, legend, blah, 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 blah. But I remember when I heard that he was working on a lot, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too enthused about it because at 97, Dre was known as a great West Coast producer, but he didn't make much heat for East Coast rappers and such and such. And I'm like, Dre with Nas, it didn't really, I wasn't too hype off of that. But I was like, you know what? I'm still interested. Still a huge fan of Nas. I was a huge fan of everybody on the roster, pretty much. So, and this was 97. This was when Dre was falling off, too, and people saying Dre fell the hell off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's probably why. But
I think he's like you said, like everybody thought Dre fall off, so I thought this was gonna be his comeback, even though through East Coast rappers, which was weird. But I'm like, all right, get together, make a mafia theme. They had the whole theme. They had the whole. I think the cover was hard.
That's part of my summary.
The whole firm, but it was a hard mafioso. Even though it was if they would have kept like once we started getting into and breaking down the album, some of the songs where it got that feel that fit the whole scheme, and those were the hottest songs that had the mafia type feel, right, with the little guitar playing in the back with the beat. To me, they messed up on this album when they started going left with the Bad Boy thing, because Bad Boys was popping in, and they started getting real commercial. Like they was trying to mix the Bad Boys with the mafia, and that's where they messed up.
Yo,
if they would have kept it straight street,
that's crazy.
And
you said that. One of my notes on one of the songs, I was like, it would have been better of a Bad Boy song.
There's a lot of Bad Boy sounding songs.
Yo, that's crazy.
It sounded like puffy commercial, like they was aiming for that Mace.
That's crazy. You said that.
Yo, they tried to ride that Bad Boy wave on this album, and that's what I think that really shot them in the foot with this album.
I have a huge summary after we break it down, but like our last retro reviews, it's as bad as we remember. We're gonna break it down.
Yeah, is that as bad as you remember?
Over 20 years old.
Was we too hard on it?
Were we too hard on it, or is it a good listen, or still the same? Let's get into it, Notch.
Okay, let's break it down. Ding, 97. Ding. 18 tracks. Really 13 songs. A lot of interludes and everything, but really 13 straight songs. And okay, let me see. All right, well, before we get into it real quick, first time when I heard them together, the Firm together, the original Firm was
the freestyle.
It was Red. No, I think Affirmative Action.
Oh, okay.
Mega with all of them together.
Great.
And that was great.
And
Dre did that beat, right?
No, Trackmasters.
Oh, Trackmasters did that beat.
Trackmasters did the beat.
That was great. So that was in 96. They didn't waste no time. Think about it.
Right.
That was 96. It was written. And that's when they first
went right
Firm,
into it.
They went running full speed ahead with the whole Firm together. And okay, all right, so let's get into it. It starts off very good. I never forget when I first cracked that plastic.
Yes.
And I was listening to it. I was like, yo, it started off great. The intro.
And I was like, okay, I believe Dre could make an East Coast album off that first song.
Yeah, it was almost feeling like a movie.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, all right, Dre could do an East Coast.
The intro, it had the news, the sound bites, the crime, and the Cuban planes with the coke and everything. I was like, all right, we getting into the whole coke mafioso thing. That was the thing back then. I'm not mad at it. It's entertainment. Long as you do it right, long as you don't OD and do it right, I'm not mad at it.
Right here.
Huh?
It wasn't done right here. Well, this song was good, but overall,
but the way it started off to me, I think it was good. The intro, the first song, Firm Fiasco, they took the idea from the Goodfellas doing the like how Goodfellas had a narrating before each member's verse. They like I always wanted to be down with the Firm. That was all from like Goodfellas. And when Foxy said, "If your boyfriend hands you a gun, what would you hold to?" It kind of turned me on. Like that was all from Goodfellas.
Shout out Lorraine Bracco.
Yeah, that was all from Goodfellas. And he's like, "Oh, Esco gave the bartender an extra 50 just for keeping the ice cold." And all from Goodfellas, if y'all know that. I'm like, I like where they're going with this. They stick it to the mafia theme. I got no problem. So Firm Fiasco, I like. I gave it a good. That was a good start off the album. Next track, the Firm Tap intro. The cop talking on the walkie-talkies, getting us ready again. It's like a movie. It's like a movie. You know what I mean? Phone Tap. I like it. AZ, Nas, Nature, standout, classic. That's the classic hip hop.
Classic. Here's my thing. They ran this song to the ground where I can't even listen to it no more. Even just listen to it again for the show, I was like not into it like I used to be. It's like they killed it. I remember when this song first was released as a single, radio, video, they ran to the ground.
Rap
now,
City, they kept playing on Rap
I can't
City.
even listen to it the same now. Like, I can't. I thought I was like, oh, time passed. I'll like it. Nah, I'm still like, okay, I'm exhausted. But it was a classic though, because when it first came out, this shit was hard as fuck.
I'm exhausted.
Great
though?
idea.
Yeah, the beat. Because then Puffy them took it and flipped it again on Mario Winans.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't want to hear this beat again.
Yes.
So, like you said, Phone Tap was already, they exhausted. They OD'd on that. And then when Puff came with it on the R&B thing with the same Phone Tap beat, they killed it again.
Yeah.
So that's why I think. But great song still. Classic song. Basically, it was Nas and AZ going back and forth. Nature had a quick little verse in it. Don't know why Foxy wasn't in it. But, hey. Phone Tap, great song. All right, next song, Executive Decisions. Nas, Nature, AZ.
Produced by Trackmasters.
Yeah.
Oh, Phone Tap was produced by Dre. All right.
Firm Fiasco, who was it produced by? You ain't.
Dre also.
Dre? Okay.
Yep.
Started off great. Executive Decisions. Still keeping that Mafia feel. I like it.
I got okay.
I like it.
I got okay. It's all right.
Executive Decisions,
It has
I think it was really good.
The sample has like that old Mafia sample from a horror movie. Like, you could, like, when I hear it, it sounds like you're in an old Italian restaurant. Somebody's playing like a violin in the back.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It fit.
Yeah,
perfect.
Produced by Trackmasters.
All right. Next song. This is when they started. This is when they started getting out of control.
Firm
Family. Dr. Dre and Nature.
Produced by Dre.
Now this was the part of the album where they started slipping.
Yep.
They got the laid back Cali vibe. The hook was terrible. The bars was
Nah. And I was surprised that Dre did a song with just Nature.
Yeah.
I would think he'll like do a song with him unless Nas is on. Like, it was like, all right, yo, Nature, let's go to the studio and make a song. Like, I did kind of surprised by it, but I didn't like this song.
It didn't fit the album at all.
Nope.
Next song, Firm All Stars with Pretty Boy, who sounds just like Puff on it.
Fox and Pretty Boy, produced by Trackmasters.
Brother and sister track.
I heard this on the mixtape before the album came out, on a Clue mixtape,
like
I believe.
It at all.
I like it. I see in a lot of these songs where I like the first verse and then I'm like, okay, I'm over it, time to skip. And it's a lot of these songs on this album.
The first verse was Pretty Boy verse, right?
Yeah,
like
but the beat was good, but then after a while, like I said, after a while, I was just like,
the hook was terrible when I was like, fucking you, bitch.
Like,
you don't care who we
like
are.
After the verse, it's like, all right, let's change it. Like, it had a good start with the beat. Boom, boom,
some Bad Boy.
Boom, boom. It does.
It's like some shiny suit thing.
It
It don't fit the album.
I was liking it, but this is gonna be a recurring theme for me. But yeah, I put okay.
Yeah, they tried to fit that whole Bad Boy commercial stuff, whatever.
Next
joint, intro, fuck somebody else. Interlude, fuck somebody else is the next song with Foxy and the Firm All Star. Both sound like they should have been on Mace Double Up album. I put in my notes. It sounded like it should have been on Double Up. It sounded like it should have been on Double Up.
Oh shit!
Terrible.
I wrote
terrible.
If they would have changed the hook, kept it to maybe one verse, it would have been a good song. I think.
Sound like an interlude.
I think this exactly. It should be like it should have, because I like the way Foxy was flowing and what she was saying. But once you hit a hook, it's like, all right, I'm done. And this is produced by Dre. I feel like this. Yeah, a lot of that shit sounds lazy in here.
Double Up.
But this sound like Foxy's lane, like the topic, the beat. This sound like you could hear on one of her albums. But Double Up
sounds like Mace Double Up. Maybe that's where All Out came from. Maybe All Out was. Maybe that was the beat from All Out. That's why I All right,
what we got?
Terrible. Next song, Hardcore. Terrible again. Foxy.
This
Nas.
is a Bad Boy song.
Yeah.
This is what I wrote. This should have been a Bad Boy song.
Weak, watered down, radio friendly attempt.
This is the one with Hardcore.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
The sample, like, come on, it was bad.
Great sample. Everything about it else is trash. This should have been on the Mace album. Produced by Trackmasters.
It did not fit the Firm vibe at all.
Nope.
Next song, Untouchable, was not really they got it as a song.
Well, if this was 2018, it'll be a song.
It's like a minute and change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Untouchable, Wizard alone. Wizard.
Which is weird and random.
That's Wizard from Bravehearts.
Yeah. I guess the original name was Wizard instead of Wiz.
Yeah, but where did this come from him with the Firm at all?
This was very random.
it should have been longer. It should have had the whole firm on it because it did have the mafia feel to it. So I'm not mad at it. No. It just was short. It was good.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's just weird. It's weird and random.
It's weird
produced
and
by
random.
Dre.
Okay. Next song, 5 Minutes to Flush. I like the concept. I like the bars.
Right.
The beat is cool, but I hate the chorus.
All right. Thank you.
I hate the chorus.
And I can't listen to the whole song. As much as I like the beat and what Nature's saying, I can't listen to the whole fucking song.
I hate the chorus.
After the first verse, I'm like, okay, next.
Yeah, I got it at so-so.
All right. We are the same.
Yeah, I got it at so-so. Next joint, Desperado's intro. Then I like the intro actually with AZ's like, I don't speak that. He talking on the phone. The Desperado song, classic, standout.
This is Cannabis went in.
Killed it. Bodied it.
Produced by Trackmasters.
Standout track. I don't know why Fox and Nas wasn't on this.
Fox would have killed his beat.
But I do remember another version. That's what I put in my notes. It was another Desperados version on the mixtape with more people on it.
Yeah, it wasn't like I don't know, A+ maybe. There was
thinking
somebody.
A+. I'm thinking Nas had a verse on Desperado.
It was definitely a Clue mixtape too, because I remember I had this song on the Clue mixtape. Damn, man.
I think maybe it was too many people. That's why they cut it down.
Yeah.
But it definitely should have been Nas and Foxy should have had a verse on it. But it's a standout track. Next track, Firm Biz. Never liked it. Weak commercial, watered down.
I
hated it. I hated the video. When they trying to do from the Quentin Tarantino movie, they started fighting. That was Firm Biz, right?
What about the laying in the money?
Oh yeah, I mean that was
as a high school kid. That was a
standout. That part in the video. But I hated the whole firm biz. I'm talking to girl from Invo.
Yeah,
it just sounds so
from Invo.
Bad boyish. I hated the bad.
I like this song. I
real quick side note. Shout out to DMX for being the one to change the whole climate in hip hop around that time with his Dark and Hell is Hot. Because everything was commercial, watered down. He came back with the grimy and made it mainstream. You still had grimy artists, Onyx and them, doing stuff in the 90s.
Yeah, no, it was you had to dig for it.
But he brought it back
he. You know what's funny? Even though it only been like a year and a half, 2 years of like commercialized shiny suit hip hop. It felt like years because when DMX came out, it felt like you haven't heard hardcore shit like this in like a long time. It was about 3 years.
It was 96 to 98. They was getting real watered.
Yeah,
real
but
watery.
It just seemed way longer than that. Like, yo, we haven't heard this in a long time.
And the X dropped in what, 98, right?
98. Yep, May of 98.
Totally changed the whole. Let's take it back to the streets and made it mainstream. In the streets and grimy. Get at me, dog. Stop being greedy. So shout out to X, man, because this Firm Biz to me was horrible. I like the remix. Remember the remix with Mary J? With that old school beat.
Bring me back, please.
I
definitely heard it. It does sound familiar with Mary J.
How did it go? It had that beat. From Biasco, different verses, everything. It was a totally different Firm Biz remix.
YouTube it.
With Mary J on the hook. It was way better. Way better. I don't know why they didn't put that as a bonus.
LES produces the only LES track on here. And I like LES as a producer.
I like
That's
LES.
Another thing. Why you only have one LES track? These are whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So I didn't like Firm Biz, but I love the remix. If y'all could go y'all could pull it up online, the remix, Firm Biz. Next track, I'm Leaving. Standout. Classic.
My favorite.
Once again, the guitars on the beat, giving it that mafia feel. Perfect. Fit the album.
Nori went in. Nature went in. Produced by Trackmasters. Nori, this was like...
This is one of Nori's best verses.
I think this is Nori's coming out party, because he had Capone Noriega, but he was like, him and Capone were in a box.
Yeah.
Like a hardcore box, and he just went on this track and just... everything was different. His flow, the way he was spitting, like I just feel like he really like shined on this one, and that's when everybody was looking forward to that solo album because of this verse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
This is one of Nori. If I had to pick Nori's best verse, like Nori's actually he's not known for like spitting, but to me he actually did a great job on this song. Nori know this, Nori know that, Nori know that. Why? Because Nori buck that. I rap can make you famous. Throwing gang signs like a sign language. Yo.
Distinguish us from the others. Kidnap your
baby mothers. Stop. Down like a Lucy. Like Nori went in.
Bust it down like a Lucy.
Yeah. All right. Next song, Throw Your Guns. AZ, $500,000.
It's okay.
It's a good song. I got it as a good song.
Oh, and Trackmasters produced I'm Leaving.
Okay. Yeah, Throw Your Guns is a good song. I always like Rest in Peace to Half a Mil. I always like Half a Mil's flow. Yeah. He had a unique, distinct flow.
Yeah,
I like how he rides.
He definitely sounded different than everybody.
Yeah, like I always like Half a Mil's flow, man. R.I.P. And that's the last song.
Yeah.
So, what do you on a 1 to 10? Let's just get to it. What do you give this album? Do you think you was too hard on it back then because there was a lot of good stuff in the 90s? Do you think it was underrated?
I'm on the fence, to be honest with you, with this. I will, to answer your question, I don't think people are too hard on this because the lineup you had, the production you had, this should have been a smash. Nothing short. And this was a lot shorter than that.
Big letdown.
It was a letdown.
They just had the anniversary not that long ago, too. That's funny. I see a lot of people putting online, Nori and them classic. A lot of people putting classic Firm album. I'm like, stop it. Let's cut it out, folks.
Yeah, we need to stop.
Let's stop it.
Everything is not a classic.
And I like all these artists that was on there.
Do people think a classic means just because it's old as hell, it's a classic? No.
And just because it's classic artists on it, don't mean it's a classic.
I go back and forth with this. It's just, there's something about it where it's just like, it's weird. It's like this album contradicts itself. It's like it has a theme, but then it doesn't have a direction. It feels like it's all over the place, but then they try to do the mafioso theme. It's hard to pinpoint. When I'm going back to when this was coming out, I didn't know that it was gonna be this mafioso theme. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of spitters getting together, spitting over hard beats, and I was excited for it. You get it, you get the album, and you get something totally different.
Because you're going to buy the stuff that's on the mixtape.
Yeah, and just like these artists are hardcore artists.
Remember the Firm song on the mixtape that they did to the Alcoholics beat?
Yeah. The
niggas said, I used to bust a nut in my fist. Imagine it was some lips sucking my dick. Now I'm handcuffing your chick and yours too.
I thought that was going to be on the album.
Yo, he killed that. Nas killed that.
I thought that was going to be an album.
With the Alcoholics beat.
Boom,
the
boom.
Bottle sound, yeah, the bottle. Yeah.
And it was the beginning of the symphony too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just.
But they you know why they ran with the mafia thing for the whole affirmative action. That had the mafia thing, so that was the big record.
Exactly.
So I guess they ran, and like you said, you don't think Cormega would have, if he was to stay, he wouldn't have fit this album.
Yeah, it's kind of like a good thing Mega didn't get on this album because I think it would have tarnished who he is because he's a serious artist. He raps about real stuff. This one just seems like everybody trying to have it just seems like everybody has an alter ego the whole album. Even Nas. Even Nas ain't Escobar. Nas. Yeah, he was Escobar, but it was just like it just seemed like even though he was Escobar, he still wasn't putting his all into his lyrics. It just seemed like everybody was trying to be somebody else. You could do that, that's fine, but still put your all into it. It just seemed, now I don't want to say lazy, it just seemed like they were just way out of pocket on this one.
I think they should have kept it half and half. If they would have kept like half a Little Mafia and the other half just street. Yeah. Mega would have, if they would have just got on some street, all right, let's put the Little Mafia persona to the side and let's just spit on some street level.
Right.
Because we still all street cats, like basically.
Right.
It would have worked. But I think Mega probably was like, I don't want no parts of this. Just Firm biz.
Yeah, so I feel like he wouldn't have fit on any of these songs, really. I can't hear the way he raps and stuff on any of these songs. Maybe Phone Tap. Phone Tap would have worked for him.
I think Phone Tap, Untouchable, and Throw Your Guns would have worked. And I'm Leaving. I can hear him when I'm leaving. Mega.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear Mega when I'm leaving.
It's just, I don't know, man.
So what do you give it? What do you give it, man?
I'm giving it, there's too many songs, like I said, where it sounds cool, and then after a minute, you're like, all right, I'm over this shit, and I just skip to the next song. There's too many of that. I'm at the 4.55.
Ooh, 4.55. So
I'm at 4.
4 got some joints, but not enough. 5 so-sos, half and half, man. So you giving it a?
Yeah, it's definitely not decent. It's not.
Okay.
There's too much talent here to put this shit out. So I'm going with the 4.5.
4.5.
Because even after so long listening to it, I still feel the same. Like, if I don't ever listen to this again, I'll be okay. Except there's a few songs, like I'm Leaving, Desperados, I'll probably still rock. Without a doubt, I'll still rock.
Well, I'm Leaving, I'm definitely still rocking. I'm Leaving, Desperados, and that's about it that I will really keep rocking till this day.
Yeah, like I like Firm Biz, but it's not a song that I have. I put Firm Biz on. If somebody popped this in, I'm like, yo, put on Firm Biz.
Executive Decisions I might rock. I like it. If we keep going strong, big money. I might rock that.
Yeah.
So it's funny because we definitely on the same exact page. Because look at my rating right here.
Oh shit, 4.5.
4.5.
Wow.
I gave it a 4.5 too. So we definitely on the same page when it comes to this retro review.
Yeah, it's just the whole. You know what I think
even
too?
The cover was hard. Look at the cover.
The cover it looks like it looks like casino,
a mafia
like the
cover.
casino cover. I think you know what I think too. I don't know if they ever said this in an interview or if they'll ever admit it. I think this. You know what inspired this album? Only Built for Cuban Links. I think this was their sad attempt at making it Only Built for Cuban Links. The mafioso shit, what they're rhyming about, but they went in. Ray and Ghost went in on Cuban Links. Hard production. They didn't have no dance beats. Like, they went in. I think they took that like, yo, they're winning with the mafia shit. We should try that. I think this was inspired. I think Only Built definitely inspired this album. I think so. I would love to ask them if that's the case.
I mean, not for nothing. Think about it, though. It wasn't really no big popular, like, Cuban Links was really the ones that got that started, that whole Gambino.
Yeah.
But Cuban Links did it right because they mixed a little bit with that, but mostly with the street reality stuff.
Even their single Ice Cream, that beat is hard.
Yeah.
There's no dance. I mean, you could dance to it, but that is a street beat right there.
Glaciers of Ice, Criminology, all these incarcerated Scarfaces. But like they did the perfect mix because even though they Only Built for Cuban Links kind of had a slight mafioso Gambino, they didn't
right.
They didn't OD on it.
They didn't try to act like somebody they weren't.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, you put it perfect. Yeah.
And that's how I feel with
like
this one.
Firm, it's like they just all came with these characters and just took it too far.
And that's the reason why I think it was better Mega wasn't on here.
Yeah. That's why Mega still right now it has his cult following and still putting out hard street stuff.
Shout out to Mega.
Yeah, shout out to Mega. All right. So the next album we're going to get in for our retro review episode, we're going to take it to 98.
98? Year
the
later.
Dog.
20 years ago.
X. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
Yes, sir. The second album by DMX.
His follow-up to It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
We're not retro reviewing the first one because we don't need to review that one.
Yeah, that's a given classic.
So reason why we spoke about this, why we're gonna retro review this one, this is kind of a forgotten album where people don't talk about it no more, really. But it came out the same year as the first one.
Wonder why they don't talk about it.
Yeah, well, but like when this first came out, people acting like this is the greatest album of all time, and I was like, well, we need to take a step back. You know, 98, he came out his debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, May of 98. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood dropped December of 98. It was like 6 months later, whatever.
Around that time.
I remember I was in class, and my dude, shout out to my man Confessor, he was like, yo, X dropping another album. I was like, when next year? He goes, no, this December. This is like October, November. I was like, no, he's not. He just dropped one. He's like, yo, and he showed me the source. This one, the source is reputable, you know what I mean? And he showed me the ad, and I'm like, for some reason, I didn't get hype. It drew red flags in my brain. It drew red flags. I'm like, this is kind of too soon. As much, and at that time, X was like my favorite rapper, like my top 3. Like he was behind Redman and Nas. And for some reason, I didn't get hyped up for it because something just seemed off about it. This is way too fast. So here we are. Flesh of My Flesh. You have anything you want to say on this?
16 tracks.
Do you remember when this came out and everything? Like the feeling you were getting? I mean, the feeling was crazy.
I was hyped.
I remember people were hyped.
Yeah, because It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Like, I love that album.
Yeah, and
like,
X was the highest person in the game at that moment. He was hotter than Jay. He was the highest person.
Yeah, he definitely was the highest. Him and Nori was my favorite at the time.
Right.
Nori dropped N-O-R-E in 98. So him and Nori was definitely my favorites at the time. Yeah, so I was definitely hyped. I was looking forward. I was like, oh, he dropping another one so soon? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Like the title, I was just hyped off the title and everything. But it's 16 tracks. I think it's all tracks too. No interludes, no skits. I think it's actually,
yeah, because the skits were actually on before the song.
Yeah, it led into the song.
Yeah, so you had to like listen to this. You had to like either fast forward or just listen to it.
All right, so let's start it off. The first joint, My Niggas, had me hyped. Should have made it longer. It had me hyped. Just the whole my niggas. It's just to start it off. Like he's not really rapping, but it's like a good intro. Like the beat.
I thought it was okay.
It's not a. I wouldn't call it a song.
It's not. It's just because he's not really.
He's not.
He's just repeating the same thing.
My nigga. The nigga don't know my love. My nigga. The nigga look. My nigga. The run. My nigga. The ride. My nigga. My nigga.
After the first intro,
the first intro was like a song.
Yeah. This sounds like, oh, okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's good for what it's worth.
Okay. Bring Your Whole Crew. The second song. I got it. I got
it's good. Produced by PK. PK Killer. The first one was Swiss.
I just love
I love the hook.
Just another bigger kick. It'll hold through. Like I like it.
Let me just say before we break this down real quick.
Yeah, right.
When I first heard this album, I did not like it at all. It grew on me. It grew on me. But let's see how I feel now about it. Okay.
That's weird. Usually when you don't like an album, you don't like an album. It's not growing on you. Usually. Most of the time.
Right. But it definitely, you know what, too? Like I said, I was a huge X fan, and I think I forced myself to like it. Listen, we're all victims of it. It happens. I think then, though, I was only, 16? So I was a little more naive.
I tried to force myself to like the Firm, but I couldn't do it at the time.
But all right, so Bring Your Whole Crew when I first heard it, I was like, I really don't like it. But the hook was all right. Over time, I liked it. But yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song.
Next joint was a skit, Pac-Man. Then Ain't No Way. I got it as a cool song.
Okay.
I got it as cool.
Okay. I liked how he said, what the fuck you stressing me for?
Yeah. Ain't no way you're going to stop my shine. Ain't no way you're going to, The beat sounded a little cheesy. Like Swizz always kind of, I don't know what it is about certain Swizz beats. It just sounds a little
has that same
basic
like
video game-ish, computer-ish.
Casio keyboard.
Yeah, it sounds so Casio, like you just really pulled it off whatever keyboard you had right there, like, and ran with it. But I got it as cool.
It's okay to me.
And the next joint, We Don't Give a F, standout track to me. Standout. Featuring Kiss and Styles.
Used to be my dog. You was in my left titty.
Scream, ride, die. Yo.
Produced by Irv Gotti.
They all went in. Shout out to Irv, yo. Slept on producer.
Very good song. And you know what's funny? When I first heard this, I didn't like it. I thought the beat was lazy, but it grew on me.
You know what I ain't like when I first heard it?
What?
The left titty. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way when I heard it. It didn't rub my ears the wrong way. Like, you was in my left titty. I got it all back then.
Anytime I hear the word titties, I get excited.
I think female.
So, I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, all right.
Not saying that a man's titties, but it's the word titty. I hear titty.
Yeah,
it gets my attention.
I just didn't like when I first heard it. I never forget. I'm like, I don't like the hook. Like they could have worded it different.
Yeah, it probably threw you off. Like, why did you talk about his titty?
Yeah, the beat and the bars and the concept is all there. Standout track. Next track, Keep Your Shit the Hardest.
Hard. I got it's hard. This to me was a Dark and Hell is Hot song. They had that feel to me. Swiss hit the beat. This was the X that I know. This when I'm not really feeling this song. This I liked.
I said the beat is cheesy.
It's Swiss.
This beat is too cheesy though. Even though he's spitting hard on it, the beat is cheesy.
But yo, shit, the hardest about to go down.
But listen to the beat in the back.
This to me was vintage X though. So when I first heard the album, I didn't like it. This is one of the songs I liked.
The beat turned me off. Okay, next song, Coming From, featuring the legendary, the iconic, the queen. I always give it up for Mary J. Blige. I got it as cool though.
I don't like it. I never did. This I couldn't even force myself to like.
You know,
PK Kill on the beat. The beat's bad.
Where I'm coming from.
She's not even singing. She just sounds like some tired old lady, like in pain, trying to sing.
Watch your mouth. Don't disrespect
Sorry. Like who was in the studio during this song was made? I don't like this song at all. And
not at all.
And people used to love this song.
I liked it. It was cool to me.
I remember I used to go to teen clubs and they played this in the club. And I'm like, this is not a club beat.
It's not a club song at all.
But people are rocking.
Really?
Oh, people love this song. I thought I was the minority that didn't like it.
I got it as cool.
Not me.
I feel you though. I wouldn't argue with you. I just maybe I don't know. Maybe because Mary's on it. I guess I'm being a little biased. I don't know. Next song, It's All Good. Even though this beat was sampled way too many times.
Oh, this song's hard.
I still like this
song.
This
was my standout when I
first
heard
song.
it.
Yeah.
I still love it.
Yeah.
Produced by Swiss. He actually sampled. It don't sound like a Swiss beat because he used a straight sample.
Yeah.
Which I like Swiss when he's in this pocket. When he like samples like this,
like
an older song, he does a pretty good job.
All right.
I love this song. It's a great song. Still could hear it.
Yeah, I got it as a really good song. Next song, what's the next song?
The Omen.
Oh, The Omen featuring Marilyn Manson. Wow. Trash.
This is
super duper trash.
I know I said this on other episode where this is the sequel that goes straight to DVD. This is the epitome of that. How the hell you go from a classic and Damien to this? And I was hyped for this because at the time I liked a little bit of Marilyn Manson's music, and I was like, him and X will work together great. They both high energy. It's probably gonna be a fast paced song,
that
a heartbeat.
Though, that
yeah, I'm thinking Marilyn Manson's gonna be screaming on the hook, like it's gonna be like a fast paced song, like crazy shit going. You hear it's like the snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. And the beat was slow and lazy and trash.
Oh,
Produced by Swiss. This is the epitome. Hey,
did they make a video for this?
No, thank God they didn't.
They didn't, right? All right.
This is like you go and see Predator in the movie theater. You love Predator. The sequel comes out. You go there as Danny fucking Glover.
Whoa. Predator 2 wasn't good?
I didn't like Predator 2.
Predator 2, I think it was a good movie.
all right.
It was nowhere near as good as...
I got a better one.
Yeah, give a better example.
You love the first 2 Michael Myers movies. You go to the movie, see Halloween 3, and you see a bunch of kids putting on masks.
Yeah. Guys running around in suits and...
But that made the theater. But this is a straight-to-DVD sequel type joint. Oh, this is Tales from the Hood Part 2.
This is Belly 2.
Whoa.
Even though Belly 1 wasn't that good as he is, but compared to Belly 2?
Yeah. This is
Tales
from the Hood 2.
Carlito's Way Part 2. The Rise.
Don't even get me started. Oh,
We're
man.
Puffy.
Oh, man.
This is Carlito's Way Part 2.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it.
This is bad.
Really bad. They try. Like Damien was good, but this was bad.
Like, what were they thinking?
And who produced this? You said
Swiss.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. The next song, "Slippin'."
Stand out.
This song grew on me. I really like it as a stand. I didn't like it when I first heard it.
I did. I heard the mixtape. It was a DJ Envy mixtape. But my thing is, did you ever hear a version with the curses?
Yeah.
I never did. Even the mixtape had the censorship when I first heard it. And this is before the album came out.
I think I heard a version with
I never heard it with the curses.
Slipping up on.
And I don't know why on the album version he cut out the curses.
Maybe because, they do that sometimes. Certain songs.
Weird.
Wu-Tang did that. Protect Your Neck. The album version didn't have, but I heard the version with the curses.
Yeah, I heard the
Protect
version.
Your Neck is
Really?
cut out.
Huh. I gotta
Now, they bleep it out through the whole thing. Protect Your Neck.
Yeah, but I love this song.
When I first heard it, I didn't like it.
Very heartwarming.
For whatever reason, but then it grew on me. I think when the video came out, too, they used to run the video.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. It took him forever to come out videos on this album. I remember Slippin' was the first single. It didn't come out like 3 months after the album was released. And then the second single, No Love For Me, didn't come out like the summertime of 99. Like, he was slack. Well, he was on the Hard Knock Life tour during that time. That's probably why. Yeah, but It's All Good should have been a single and a video. He never came out with a video for that, right?
I don't think so.
That should have been the second single. It could have been the first single. But whatever.
Slippin' was good.
Produced by DJ Shock.
Yeah. Next song, No Love For Me. Kasim Deem and Dragon.
Yeah, Swiss.
I got it as good.
I like it.
I got it as good.
I remember when it first came out, I was rocking
got love for me.
First time you heard Dragon.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If you're gonna ride, get around. Yeah. It was good.
Boom,
I got it as a good track. Next track.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, next track, Dogs for Life. I got it as okay.
This is my personal favorite song.
Nothing special.
This is my personal favorite song. I love this song. I don't know.
Dogs for Life?
By Dame Grease. There's something about this song. It brings out a feeling. Like, I listen to music bringing out feelings, and he brings this song, the beat, what he's talking about, just it gives you a feeling. I love it. I don't know.
Dogs for Life.
Ride till we die. Thick like blood. Where's my dogs?
I think it was the.
This is like the ultimate smoker song. Like, you just smoke out, you vibe to this shit. Yeah, I love this song.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got it as okay.
It's not your typical, like, I don't know, something about it just hits a nerve when I hear it. I don't know. I just like it.
I got it as an okay track. Next track, Stand Out. Best track on the album to me. My favorite track on the album. Blackout. Classic. Jay-Z, The Lox.
Well, when it comes to those bars,
straight bars.
When it comes to those bars, Kiss
Styles went in too.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
I remember Kiss got Hip Hop Quotable for his verse in the Source.
Yeah, I got right on my notes. I like who had the best verse on this, and I say Styles. I just like the way Styles came off on it.
Styles.
They all went in, but I think Styles had the hardest verse.
This is a really good crew joint because of the lyrics. I wasn't too hot on the beat.
I like the beat. Doom, doom,
yeah,
doom,
Swiss.
Doom. When you play,
when he has that certain kick drum though, and it goes.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Yeah,
you
like,
know what I'm talking about, right?
That beat, yeah. To me, that's one of Swiss' best beats. Like I like it.
Okay.
It fit the. I got it as a standout track. My favorite track on the album.
Yeah, I got stand out.
Next joint, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Title, the album title track.
Yep. Produced by Swiss.
It was okay. It could have been harder.
Okay, I can't listen it's like certain days I like it, and certain days I just skip over it. So
yeah, it's one of them songs.
Yeah,
I got it as okay. Next song, Heat. I got it as okay.
Okay, produced by Swiss. The heat is on.
The last song, what is it?
Ready to Meet Him.
Yeah, Ready to Meet Him. Don't like the song at all.
You don't like Ready to Meet Him?
Don't like it.
Really?
Wasn't it a prayer? Most of it, like I don't.
Well, yeah, the first minute and a half or 2 minutes was him doing the prayer, and then it goes into the song. Yeah, I'm ready to meet him.
2-minute prayer into the song. That should have been. I don't know. I got it.
I like it.
Right.
White, hate black, right back to the same fight. Yo, I like what X was saying on this. This is where X goes deep.
Maybe it's the production.
It probably is.
Yeah, who did that? Who
it was Swiss.
Swiss. Okay. And who did Heat?
Swiss.
Yeah, okay. Flesh of My Flesh?
Swiss.
All right. Yeah.
This was because this is when Swiss was hot, so it's like let's put out another album, have all Swiss beats on it because he's hot right now, and it's not. I think
he could have ended the album better. Like when you end the album, that last song.
Yeah,
I don't know, but so all around.
What's your summary before you give your grade? What's your summary?
I think.
Talk about when you
for a sophomore
during that time and now. Just talk all about
during that time. I'm not gonna say it was a big letdown, but I was slightly disappointed for the sophomore album because to me, like I listened to this album a couple of times, but not as much as the first album.
Right.
Dark and Hell is Hot. Like I killed that album. I killed that album. Like I liked I think every song on is Dark I like, from ATF. Like forget the singles. Yeah. From ATF to Damien.
I didn't like every song.
1, 2, X is coming for you. I liked everything. This album, it's definitely a good amount of songs I didn't like or was just okay. So it didn't. My feel for the album didn't change since '98. I have the same feel right now.
Well, when I first heard, like I said, I didn't like it. But go ahead. Finish your summary.
Nah, basically that's it. My same mindset in '98 is the same mindset now, as far as how I feel and view this album. It didn't change.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're not mad at it. You're not all hyped.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not hyped. I don't think it's terrible. It's not Double Up. It's not The Firm. It's a decent album.
All right.
It's a decent album.
I have 2 theories on this. First theory was these are leftover songs that didn't make Dark and Hell is Hot, and they didn't at the time. They really didn't believe in Swiss producing the whole joint, so they left this off. And then when Swiss produced for other people, like Banned from TV, Rough Riders Anthem blew up, and like he produced for other people, then like, all right, Swiss is the hottest producer in the game right now. Let's put all this unreleased shit out right now, like right now. Second theory is, or he just went back in the studio and was like, yo, we need another album with all Swiss beats. And they did it. But when I first heard it.
That's a good theory.
Yeah.
Because looking at it now, I think it was a lot of leftover tracks.
Right.
I think probably the new ones was like, Ain't Nobody Got Love for Me. Like, we got to add something new for the radio and the club. Ain't Nobody Got Love. That probably was a new one. But a lot of these do look like probably leftover tracks that didn't make the cut from It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Right. Because it came out so fast.
Yeah.
It came out. When I first heard it, I was I was like, I don't like this album. Kept listening to it, and I was the only one of my crew at the time that didn't like it. So everywhere I went, it was being played. So I was like, kind of had to force myself to like it. But after years went by, I listened to it on my own terms, and it's not a bad album. It's actually a pretty decent album. Songs like Ready to Meet Him, Dogs for Life, Slippin', X was on some shit to me. Like he was in his bag. He was really in his bag. It's All Good. Who would have thought he could rap on a dance beat like that and slay it? He slayed that song. The songs that are bad are bad. The production, a lot of Swiss on here. It's me personally, I can't listen to the whole album by Swiss.
I think lyrically he was better on his Dog and Hella Side too.
Yeah.
I never seen him as a lyricist.
Right,
but lyrically
there was some
his bars
more
was
quotables on.
This one, his bars wasn't bad. It just wasn't really.
And The Omen, what were you guys thinking? I'm sorry to go back to this. This was really bad.
Not really.
I was hyped for this song.
Probably one of the worst X songs of all
I
time.
thought it was just gonna be X spitting mad fast and hard, and then Malman's a couple of the track. Ah! No, we got some other shit. But at the end of the day, it's a solid album.
Solid.
What's your grade?
I gave it a 6.
Holy shit!
I gave it a 6. 6 is decent.
That's what I got. 6.5.
Very good.
I got 6.5
because very good.
Because the songs that you don't like, I actually really like. So he has like more hard songs to me than you. So I got 6.5 because I like Ready to Meet Him. I like Dogs for Life. You don't like those.
I got a decent album. But yeah, that's the retro review for them 2 albums. And going back to the last episode, if y'all didn't peep it, we did Cannabis and Mace Double Up. And the feedback that I got, the feedback for the Cannabis I got, a lot of people agreed with what we said.
Okay.
Basically, it wasn't as bad as we. I mean, it wasn't as. It was a letdown.
Right.
Like a lot of people said that remember it was hype because a lot of people that I spoke to or text me or whatever since we did that episode was like, I had to go back. They really didn't remember the Cannabis,
right?
Which is a reason for that because we was let down back then. So they said when they listened to it, they said it was a big letdown, but it's not the worst. Right. Mace Double Up, a lot of people didn't even hear that album. They said they don't remember it whatsoever. They don't remember the single. So right. I know one of my people, they listened to it again. They was like, yo, it was really bad. But that was the reason why.
Yeah. That was.
They really forgot about that. I guess a lot of people erased it from their memory.
Right.
Because it was so bad. So, yeah, people, just let us know what y'all want us to what y'all think about what we just spoke about, the Firm album. Like I said, the Firm anniversary was not that long ago, and I saw a lot of people leaving comments how great and how hot the album was.
If you have any facts about the album, like anything, let us know.
Yeah,
like if you know stories of what you heard or like what happened with this song or anything, just give us info like how this song came about. I would love to hear it.
I knew for a fact after the Firm album that it was never going to be another Firm album. I knew it would never be another Firm album.
Everybody got that hutch.
I like this was the first and last. They got their checks. Whoever got the biggest checks out of it, they took that money and ran with it.
Yeah.
But I think, because see, back then, a lot of people don't know, the young kids don't know, because now they don't do that no more because they don't have to do it because of the internet. The whole leading up to an album, the whole months in advance, the stickers going up, the ads in the magazines, it dropping. You knew months in advance, the singles, the preparation put into an album.
I actually ripped one of the posters off the light pole and hung it up in my room.
The Firm?
Yeah. And then I ripped it down after the album came.
Yeah, it was a lot of, like now it's just, my album's dropping next week or the same day of, or there's no
you wake up in the morning and
momentum.
take a piss and Beyonce got a new album. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, which makes sense now for the artists because they're not wasting all this money because you don't have to now.
Yeah,
like waste all this money into the momentum leading up to the album. But the Firm is a big letdown for me because like I said, I was a big fan of these artists and they just dropped the ball on this. They just dropped the ball. And X, I wasn't let down like that. I thought it was a decent album.
I mean, back to the Firm. When the best song on the album is by Nori, who's not a Firm member, it's not good. Nas is the greatest MC of all time. Like,
Best song was I'm Leaving.
Stood out. Yeah, I'm Leaving.
With Nori and Nature.
Nature was like he was like the undercard of the group, you know?
Yeah.
So that just tells you that much.
Yeah. All right. So until next time, let us know what y'all want to hear. We was throwing around a couple of ideas for the next retro. I was who we said?
I brought up Harlem World, not the album, the group that Mason Jermaine Dupri put together.
Oh God, it's gonna be another double up. But
you know what's funny? What's sad? It's gonna be hard to do because it's not on any streaming sites. I have to actually go buy the CD. I'm gonna have to go on Amazon and find it and buy it.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was my idea. I was thinking maybe G Dep.
We could do G
Child
Dep.
of the Ghetto, Black Rob, first album. Retro review.
I like that.
UMCs.
I love to do that.
Yeah,
I love to do UMCs.
Yeah, there's a couple Expect the Deck first album.
Oh. All right.
Drag On first album.
We could do Drag On's first album. That would be perfect because that got a lot of flack.
We Are the Streets. I definitely want to touch on We Are the Streets. Locks.
Good ideas.
Sophomore album.
Got some good ideas.
So let us we just threw a couple out there for y'all. Y'all can hit us back and let us know exactly what album you want to what album y'all want us to do a retro review on. You know what I mean? And besides that, let them know what we about to get started. The Patreon page we still trying
we're just gonna start that up, and just pledge $5 a month or $10 a month. We'll send you a sticker or something, and you could pick. You give us a list. You want to hear us do a chopping block? You want to hear us do a retro review? You want to hear us do an album review? Whatever it is, and we'll pick one from your list and do it, and we'll give you a shout out on the air. Yeah, turn that thing off, man.
Yeah, we give you a shout out, and we're gonna try to get a website started too with the merch on it.
Yeah,
so like
hoodies,
t-shirts,
hats,
sweaters, hats, mugs, koozies. Have y'all all chopped up, chop it out. You know what I mean, all the way.
But yeah, that's the retro review, and we gotta do some new album review. A lot of albums dropped the last couple of weeks. We gotta get on that.
Yeah, we slacking with the new album. Don't worry, we got y'all.
Westside Gun, Kirk Knight,
Rusty Jukes,
Master
Ace
with Marco Polo. There's a lot. How does that still play?
A lot that's dropping. But so give them the. You can check us out on Google Play, Spotify, iTunes,
YouTube, Stitcher, Podbean, TuneIn Radio. That's it.
Mr. Radio, Arts and Rhymes app.
And what's your IG?
Rich_Notch. You can hit me, let me know, whatever, DM me, whatever you want to hear. What's yours?
Chop it up _ Brock, BROCK. On IG, tweet us at Chop It Up Hip Hop. Email chopituphip@gmail. Yeah, man, give us your thoughts, bro.
Let us know what y'all think. So like we always say, stay fit and keep it hip hop.
Peace.